Back here at the Vic, ready to go for Game 2. Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan battling it out for the second game of 2. Carson-Newman took Game 1 11-2 and looking to do something similar here in Game 2. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagle Sports Network as Lorelei Spradlin gets the start for Carson-Newman. And it'll be Crouch to lead things off for Southern Wesleyan. First pitch to Crouch is taken upstairs for ball 1. And the count, a ball and no strikes. The freshman Spradlin has had a very nice start to her season and her career here in Mossy Creek. We'll talk about her in just a little while as she deals the next pitch upstairs for ball 2. And the count quickly, 2 balls and no strikes. The sack pitcher of the week last week. She had a really, really nice week for Carson-Newman. Recorded 2 wins. And almost had a third, but Carson-Newman fell 1-0 at Columbus State. As the next pitch is a called strike, and Spradlin pumps her first strike of the day. It was Sierra Rogers to get the start in Game 1. She pitched all 5 innings for Carson-Newman in that run rule win over the Warriors. As the next pitch is upstairs to Crouch, and the count is 3-1. It was just the second loss of the season for Southern Wesleyan in Game 1. As Spradlin delivers him a 3-1 pitch. That's upstairs, ball 4. Spradlin walks Crouch to lead off the ball game, and that'll bring in Truitt with a runner on first and nobody out. So Truitt stands in, ready for the first offering from Lorelei Spradlin. It's popped foul, and the count is 0-1. No balls and a strike to the 2-hole hitting Madison Truitt here in the first inning. As the pitch from Spradlin is dealt low, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Nice day here in Jefferson City. The skies have cleared back up. The wind has not tapered off really at all. That played a big role in the first game in which Carson-Newman blasted a plethora of home runs to take the lead. As did she go on that one? She did not. And the count moves 2-1 to Truitt. Spradlin with 6 balls so far had the 4-pitch walk to start the ball game. She ready to deal the next pitch. She fires home. It's fouled back, and the count evens at 2-2. Spradlin looking for a big out number 1 here in the first. She readies to deal the next offering. Next pitch home is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Truitt down on strikes, and the first punch out for Lorelei Spradlin is the first out of the game. And Carson-Newman has 1 down here in the top of the first. First pitch home to Way is popped up high and out of play. Way coming into today was tied for second in home runs in the country. First place hitter is none other than Carson-Newman's Mari Robbins. Next pitch home is a swing and a miss out of the hand of Spradlin. Strike 2. Nothing in 2 the count to Way with 1 down here in the top of the first inning. As Spradlin delivers outside. And the count moves 1-2. The 1-2 pitch home is fouled back off the bat of Way. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Runner on first for Southern Wesleyan. Start their half of the first inning. As Spradlin delivers home, it's another swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts here in the first for Lorelei Spradlin after dealing a leadoff walk. And there's 2 away. That'll bring in Mercer who homered in game one, was the only 2 runs for Southern Wesleyan. She cuts and misses over top of the off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1. Spradlin now in her 9th start, 10th appearance, 4-2 record, 3.83 ERA. And she's pitched through 39 innings on the season without last out. She deals the next pitch outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Spradlin, the freshman at Blacksburg, Virginia, is SAC Pitcher of the Week this last week after a wonderful week in which she recorded 2 wins over Davis and Elkins and Shorter. The next pitch to Mercer is upstairs, and the count is 2-1. 12 1/3 innings is what was recorded by the conference in their release for Lorelei's Pitcher of the Week, but she did have a really nice performance on Monday, too. 7 innings, complete game. As the next pitch is a swing and a miss, runner takes off. The throw from Warder is into center field. And Crouch steals second. So Crouch now in the scoring position as the count's 2-2 on Mercer. And Spradlin looks for a scoreless first. Looks to set down the next 3 via strikes. As she twirls and deals the 2-2. It's Bob Ty right side, now to play. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. This will wrap up Carson-Newman's non-conference schedule. Despite a late 2-game set against Milligan, I believe it's the second to last series of the year. But we'll get into conference play next week as a 2-2 gets away from Warder and allows Crouch to advance to third. Nice effort by Warder to try and get it down the third base line, but not in time to get Crouch. He moves over to third on a wild pitch. And Mercer awaits a full count offering. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third for Southern Wesleyan here in the first. Pitch home is fouled off again as Mercer does a nice job to stay alive. And thanks for joining me here this afternoon as Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan now facing for the 4th time in the 2 programs' histories. And Spradlin deals a 3-2 home. It's lined to center. Cameron can't get there. It's over her head. 1 run will score as Mercer pulls up at first with a hard-hit RBI single. Crouch comes in to score from third, and now Lamb will step up with another 2-out opportunity and a runner on first. Fifth hitter of the inning for Southern Wesleyan, who, again, just like game one, jumps out to an early lead, but Carson-Newman scored 11 unanswered in that one to win 11-2 in 5 innings. As Spradlin deals a first pitch home, it's a swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss from Lamb for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Spradlin looking to limit the damage to just 1 after Southern Wesleyan gets Crouch over to third on a stolen base and a wild pitch, and then she comes in to score. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's 1-1. We'll check in on the other Eagle sports going on. Again, really busy day, arguably the busiest day of the year for the Eagle Sports Network with crossover season fully in play. Carson-Newman women's and men's basketball wrap up the season, regular season at home today as it's a strike looking for Lamb. And the count is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch home is fouled off, and the count remains 1-2. 29 pitches here in the first for Spradlin. As we check in on Carson-Newman baseball, the Eagles fall to Lincoln Memorial in Game 1, 10-7. And Game 2 set to get underway in just a little bit. Check in on Carson-Newman women's basketball as the 1-2 is roped to left, but it's tailing foul as Lamb stays alive. Coker and Carson-Newman battling it out on the women's side. Coker, the number 13 team in the country. Carson-Newman looking for a late-season quality win over the Cobras. Dropped one in Hartsville to Coker. As the Eagles lead by 13 early. The 1-2 is fouled off, and Lamb stays alive. It's actually the end of the third quarter. Carson-Newman leads Coker 53-40 over there in Holt Fieldhouse, and the men will shortly follow. So count remains 1-2 as Spradlin looks for the punch out to end this top of the first. The next one to swing and a miss down low. Strike 3. Warder will deal over to first and retire Lamb. That'll end the top of the first, as Southern Wesleyan does get one, but Lorelei Spradlin with 3 strikeouts ends the frame. We'll head to the bottom half of the first. Carson-Newman back to the plate right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, bottom of the first on the way. Carson-Newman trails Southern Wesleyan 1-0 right here on the Eagle Sports Network, as Sienna Cameron will lead things off. It was an RBI single in the first that got Southern Wesleyan on the board. Mercer lined one over the head of Sienna Cameron, who will lead things off for Carson-Newman here in the home half of the first. Ryan Wilkes with you right here on the Eagle Sports Network, as Bailey Throckmorton, who has a glowing .9 ERA over 10 innings pitched. She gets the start here in Game 2 and will face a dangerous Sienna Cameron to lead things off. Only 1 earned run allowed by Throckmorton through her first 10 innings of this season. She deals a first pitch outside to Cameron for ball 1. So if you're just joining us, Carson-Newman with a really nice 11-2 win over Southern Wesleyan in Game 1. As Cameron awaits the next pitch, she slaps it down the left field line, but foul. Count evens at a ball and a strike to Sienna. And she'll trot back to the batter's box. Next pitch to Sienna Cameron. She squares to bunt, lays one down. Throckmorton comes out the circle. The throw is in time. Just barely gets Sienna Cameron 1-3 as Throckmorton comes out of her position and makes the play. Here's Hayden Dye standing in for the first time with 1 away. First pitch home to Dye. She watched it just low for ball 1. Dye, a nice season so far in her senior year out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Waits the next offering. She dribbles this one back up the middle. It's scooped by Crouch. Throw to first is in time for a quick second out. So both Cameron and Dye retired, as Mari Robbins will stand in for her first at-bat of Game 2. First pitch home to Mari. She swings and misses for strike 1. Mari Robbins is coming into today the top home run hitter in the country with 8 on the young season. Golly Bailey crawling closer to that top tally on the team. She had 2 in Game 1 for numbers 4 and 5. Robbins squares the bunt. She pulls back. Pitches low. And the count evens at 1-1. Bailey, who's on deck, needs 1 home run to break the Carson-Newman all-time home run record of 35. She has 35 in her career. Mari Robbins pops this one foul. The count is 1-2. So Throckmorton 1 strike away from a scoreless first. She deals home and she gets Robbins to cut and miss up high for strike 3. That will end the frame. Carson-Newman goes down 1-2-3, and Southern Wesleyan comes back to the plate in the top half of the second with the lead. It's 1-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
said, you smell, I don't
Back for the top of the second, Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagle Sports Network as Southern Wesleyan returns to the plate with the lead. Spradlin delivers a first pitch strike to Schreiner, and the count is 0-1. 3 strikeouts in the first for Spradlin, but it was an RBI single for Mercer that got Southern Wesleyan on the board first for the second time today. As Spradlin deals home the 0-1, it's grounded right side. Lucero backhand stab, and she takes it herself to first for out number 1. Nice play on the backhand for Brooklyn, and that's the first out of the top of the second. Here's Olivia Hagg. She came in to pitch after Emily Collins got the start. Talented two-way player for the Southern Wesleyan Warriors. She stands in with one away, ready to face off with Lorelei Spradlin. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. And the count of ball and no strikes. Carson-Newman has had success in these orange jerseys this year. As the next pitch is inside for ball 2. Carson-Newman now at 9-0 in the new orange uniforms with the white pinstripes and the orange pants to match. The Eagles have brought these out whenever they need a little luck, and they've gotten that today as the 2-0 is a called strike. Not necessarily luck, just the Eagles seem to play better in these uniforms. A new digs for Carson-Newman in 2025 with the cursive eagle on the front. As Hagg steps out, so it looks like Kennedy Warder's gone over the dugout for a moment. She heads back behind the dish. 2 balls and a strike, 1 away, bases empty for Olivia Hagg. As Spradlin prepares to deal her 38th pitch of the afternoon. The righty deals a 2-1 off-speed pitch that stays high, and the count is 3-1. Spradlin, through an inning and a third, has allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, has struck out 3. And finds herself in a 3-1 count here with Hagg. The pitch home is popped foul behind the dish. Kennedy Warder gives it a look, but it soars out of play. And the count moves full. Spradlin, the true freshman, again out of Blacksburg, Virginia, 4-2 record. Over 39 2/3 innings of work. One of Carson-Newman's top arms, deals a 3-2. Hagg skies it right side, Dye down the right field line, calls Anderson off and makes the play over her shoulder for out number 2. Nice play, a difficult play for Hayden Dye, who was tracking that ball over her left shoulder, but she's able to snag it for the second out. Here's Talissa Kennedy stepping in from the right side. With 2 down, the base is empty. First pitch from Spradlin is inside, almost gets Kennedy, but she dances out of the way, and the count is a ball and no strikes. Spradlin looking for a 1-2-3, top of the second to get Carson-Newman back to the plate. As the pitch home is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Lorelei Spradlin to Talissa Kennedy. As right-handed Kennedy awaits the 1-1 offering from Spradlin. The pitch home is fouled back, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty for the Warriors here in the top half of the second. Southern Wesleyan leads 1-0. But Spradlin trying to inject some momentum into Carson-Newman on a 1-2 pitch. She just misses off the plate, and the count is 2-2. Didn't miss by much, but just a hair off the plate. As Spradlin toes the slab, takes a look at her wrist. And fires home the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fourth punch out for Lorelei Spradlin. That ends the top half of the second. We hit the bottom half. Carson-Newman looks to respond. It's 1-0 after 1.5 here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Macaulay Bailey, who has had herself a day, stands in with the bases empty and nobody out. First pitch home from Throckmorton is lacing to right center. It's a base hit. Bailey rounds first. She'll head for second as Kennedy scoops it up and right. The throw is cut off. And Macaulay Bailey has herself her third extra base hit of the afternoon. First extra base hit that was not a home run. As Bailey stands on second, the tying run in scoring position for Santana Anderson. First pitch home to Anderson in the hand of Throckmorton. She ropes it into right, a base hit. Bailey pulling up at third as a throw back in is on line by Kennedy. But back-to-back hits for the Eagles on back-to-back pitches. Santana Anderson lines one to right. Bailey advances to third to put runners on the corners with nobody out for Brooklyn Lucero. Good start to the frame for Carson-Newman, trying to draw even or take the lead here in the home half of the second. Lucero stands in from the right side. First pitch home to her is skied high to left. Hag trailing back to the track, and she makes a play, but Bailey will tag from third and score. A ball that kept carrying off the bat of Lucero. Is caught at the wall, but scores Macaulay Bailey and makes it 1-1. Here's Kennedy Warder standing in. She takes upstairs for ball one. And the count, a ball and no strikes. So sac fly for Lucero. Ties us up at 1. As Warder awaits the next offering. It's low. And the count. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Runner on second. Go ahead run in scoring position for Carson-Newman. As Warder swings and misses. And the count is 2-1. Chance for the Eagles to take the lead after Brooklyn Lucero's sac fly. As the next pitch home, misses outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Kennedy Warder, the senior out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky, with Santana Anderson standing on second and 1 away. She pops this pitch foul as the count moves 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away with Anderson on second. Abby Martin's on deck. Trinity Brooks in the hole for the Carson-Newman offense. Next pitch home to Warder. She dribbles it left side, a foul ball, and the count remains 3-2. So the count 3-2 to Warder. 3-2-1 scoreboard reads. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The next pitch home, Warder corkscrews it back towards the circle. It's knocked down by Throckmorton. Her throw is offline, and Anderson is heading to third. She'll round third, and there's no throw. Now Warder's going to try for second as the ball gets away, and Kennedy Warder is aboard at second. Anderson heads all the way home and scores on the error by Throckmorton. And it's 2-1. 2 errors on the play for Southern Wesleyan as Martin awaits the next pitch. She dribbles it left side and through for a base hit. Warder will pull up at third as Abby Martin singles to the left side, and the Eagles are in business. Warder heads to third as Carson-Newman's lead remains 2-1, but runners on the corners for Trinity Brooks. The lefty slapper stands in from the left side, awaits the first pitch. It's low. Martin takes off for second, and she's in there with a stolen base. Warder stays put as the throw was cut off in the infield. No advancement from Warder, but now it's second and third. 2 in scoring position for Brooks. As now time is called by the home plate umpire. Seems Southern Wesleyan coach not pleased with the call in the box as he heads back behind the dish. 2 runs here in the second for Carson-Newman, looking for more as the next pitch misses outside, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Warder on third, Martin on second, as Throckmorton prepares to deal her 25th pitch of the afternoon. Carson-Newman's been jumping on her early in counts here in the second. As a 2-0 to Brooks, she slaps it high left side. The infield's in on it, and the catch is made by the third baseman, Way. 2 Warriors were over there, but Way ends up making the play. And both runners stay put. I'll bring in Sienna Cameron with 2 away. As the pitch home is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Back to the top for Carson-Newman. A big spot here, looking to extend this lead. 0-1 pitch home is fouled back, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Carson-Newman. As Cameron awaits the 0-2 offering. It's upstairs, ball 1. So one of the runs in this inning, unearned off an error, but Bailey Throckmorton has allowed her second earned run of the season against this Carson-Newman order. As she deals a 1-2 home. Cameron slaps it down the left field line, charging in as a left fielder, and she'll make the play for out number 3. Good job by Bailey Throckmorton to strand 2 runners in scoring position, but Carson-Newman gets 2 and takes the lead. It's 2-1 after 2 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Thank you. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman has regained the lead after a two-run, a little bit wacky bottom half of the second inning. Eagles lead 2-0 after two as Southern Wesleyan returns to the dish here in the top half of the second. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagles Sports Network. Thanks for tagging along here this afternoon. Carson-Newman looked for not only one but two quality wins against a good Southern Wesleyan team. First pitch home to Brown is low and away for ball one out of the hand of Lorelei Spradlin. Back out for the third. As the right-handed freshman deals home, it's downstairs again for ball two. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Really, really nice day here on the banks of Mossy Creek as Carson-Newman starts a nice little home stretch as the next pitch to Brown is a called strike. And Spradlin back in the count. It's 2-1. Carson-Newman will host Newberry to kick off conference play on Tuesday here at the Vic. As the next pitch home from Spradlin, Brown squares the bunt, lays one down to third. Bailey comes up throwing, but it's not in time to the covering Hayden Dye, and it's a bunt single for Brown. Good bunt by Brown there to get aboard. As now another bunt gets past Spradlin, and it trickles through for another single. Another bunt single for the Warriors. Moves Brown to second. And just like that, the Warriors have the tying run in scoring position. A little bit of small ball. Southern Wesleyan trying to change things up on Carson-Newman and give a little bit of a different approach. As what the Warriors have done today hasn't really been enough to fend off the Eagles. As now Truitt will stand in for Southern Wesleyan. Runners on first and second, nobody out. As Lorelei Spradlin finds herself in a bit of a jam. Squaring the bunt is Truitt. She pulls back, and now a runner caught off the bag, but no throw. Nobody covering second on a pitch that was low. And the count is a ball and no strikes. The two-hole hitting Madison Truitt. Southern Wesleyan trying to manufacture that tying run. Good spot to be in, first and second, nobody out. Next pitch home is a swing and a miss down low, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second, nobody out. The Carson-Newman defense in the top of the third. Next pitch home. Truitt squares the bunt again. Goes around. Now runner trying for third. And she steals third base. The other runner advances to second as well in the throw. And it's going to be a stolen base for Brown. Crouch advances on the throw. And now it's second and third. Next pitch home is a called strike 3. Big pitch from Lorelei Spradlin. And there's one down. 5th strikeout for Spradlin as she faces off with Way. Runner still on second and third. That tying run just 1 base away for the Warriors. As the first pitch home to Way is smoked down the left field line over the head of the fans sitting on the hill overlooking the Vic. And the count moves 0-1 on a loud foul ball. Off the bat of Way. Right-handed Spradlin looks home. The 0-1 pitch is lifted to center. Cameron giving chase, but a little drop in the gap. 1 run scores as the ball skips over the left center field wall, and it's a 2 RBI double for Way. Southern Wesleyan jumps back in front. Now it's 3-2. As Avery Mercer will stand in with a runner on second. First pitch home to Mercer is upstairs for ball one. The count, a ball and no strikes. 3-2 your score after Southern Wesleyan's Amberley Way ropes a double over the left center field wall. The next pitch home is popped foul. Warder gave it a look, but it goes out of play. Ball and a strike to Mercer with one away here in the top half of the third inning. Next pitch home. This one is crushed down the left field line. It's a no-doubt shot off the bat of Avery Mercer. 5-2 as Mercer crushes one over the left field wall. That one was gone, no doubt off the bat, as now we'll see a visit from Holly Tucker-Vance to talk with Lorelei Spradlin. It's a 4-run top half of the third for Southern Wesleyan to retake the lead. 5-2 your score. We'll check in on some other Carson-Newman action going on the banks of Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman women's basketball looked in good position at the end of the third. So we'll check back in on the Lady Eagles looking to close out the regular season on a high note inside the friendly confines of Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman women's basketball with a massive win over number 13 ranked Coker. 75-54, the Lady Eagles get it done to close out the regular season. What a win for Carson-Newman at home to close out the year. As the first pitch home is upstairs for ball one. And the count of ball and no strikes. 5-2 your score. As Lamb at the plate awaits the next pitch. It's low, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to Rebecca Lamb with one down in the frame. As Spradlin peeks at her wrist. Ready to deal the 2-0. The pitch home is fouled back, and the count is 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Lorelei Spradlin to Rebecca Lamb. The base is empty for Southern Wesleyan, but good start to the frame with 4 runs on a couple of hits. Next pitch home is downstairs, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Rebecca Lamb. 4 runs on 4 hits in the frame for Southern Wesleyan. 2 of them have been bunt singles as a 3-1 pitch home is too low, ball 4. Another base runner for Southern Wesleyan as that brings Schreiner to the plate with a runner on first. Looks like we're going to see a change here. It might be the end of Lorelei's day as she will exit. We'll see the new pitcher is for Carson-Newman as the Eagles make a change. It'll be Sierra Rogers to re-enter in game 2. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, it's Sierra Rogers to re-enter for Lorelei Spradlin after 5 innings of two-run ball in game 1. She ready to deal the first pitch of the at-bat to Schreiner. Runner on first with 1 away for Southern Wesleyan First pitch home from Rogers here in game 2 is corkscrewed towards first. Dye scoops it up. Throw to first is in time. Good communication between Hayden Dye and Brooklyn Lucero. Kind of a ball in no man's land, but it was Dye to take care of it for the second out. That moves Lamb to second, and Olivia Hag will step back up with 2 down. 2 away for Hag and a runner on second. As the righty stands in, Rogers toes the slab. First pitch home is downstairs. Ball 1. Good block by Warder. That holds Lamb at second. 4 runs on 4 hits for Southern Wesleyan. It was a 2 RBI double off the bat away. And then a 2-run home run from Mercer that made it a 5-2 ball game. The 1-0 is just a hair inside. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 away for Sierra Rogers and the Eagle defense. Carson-Newman trailed by 2 in game 1, was able to overcome that deficit and trailed by 3 here in game 2. Hag skies this one to right center. Cameron on her horse to the track. The wall, lays out, hits the wall, but makes the play for out number 3. Oh my word, Sienna Cameron. You might have just earned yourself a bid on the Sports Center Top 10 later tonight. She ends the inning and saves a run as Carson-Newman gets out of the inning, but Southern Wesleyan does score 4. It's 5-2 after 3.5 here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it was Sienna Cameron to end the frame with a dazzling catch in right center. Good to see she's okay as well. Took a hit up against the wall, but made the play for that huge out number 3. Southern Wesleyan did get 4 in the frame to retake the lead. It's 5-2 as we get ready for the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch home to Hayden Dye. She lifts it to right center. Going back to the track, the wall gets off the base of the wall. The ball ricochets into shallow right field as Dye races to second with a leadoff double. Dye doubles to right center, now brings Maury Robbins to the dish with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Now we're going to see a circle visit here from assistant coach Mallory Ardeser. Interesting note about the Southern Wesleyan coaching staff. I can't remember the last time I've seen a family contingency coaching a team like Southern Wesleyan has. Head coach Clay Ardeser, his wife Mallory Ardeser is the assistant coach, and Clay's father, David Ardeser, is a volunteer assistant coach. Pretty cool for Southern Wesleyan to welcome in that family. And Clay Ardeser in his 4th season, a really solid player at Georgia College in his time there. Was player of the year in the Peach Belt. One of the best players in Georgia College history is Mallory Ardeser exits the circle and lets Bailey Throckmorton get back to work. Runner on second with nobody out for Maury Robbins. Mentioned coming into today, Maury led the country. Could still lead the country. I haven't taken a look at the updated stats from today. But she leads the country in home runs. And Amberly Way, Southern Wesleyan's Amberly Way, is second in the country with 7. So 2 of the best power hitters in the country going toe-to-toe today. As Robbins stands in from the right side. Dye on second after the leadoff double on Carson-Newman's 5th hit of the day. First pitch to Robbins is downstairs for ball 1. And the count of ball and no strikes. The 1-0 home. Robbins lifts it to left center. Going back to the wall. It's gone. Mari Robbins again right on cue. Her 9th of the season, and it's 5-4. Seems like every time we talk about Mari Robbins' power, she shows it again. Gets it done again at the Vic and makes it a 1-run ball game. So just like that, Carson-Newman responds with a punch. And it looks like we might see a change here. Waiting on official signal, as it will be a new pitcher to come to the ball game for Southern Wesleyan. It'll be number 17, Chloe Smith, to enter. She'll get some warm-up pitches. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, it is Chloe Smith to take the ball from Bailey Throckmorton. Smith with 13 innings on the season has allowed 11 hits, only 2 earned runs. Has walked 6 and struck out 11 and holds a 2-0 record. So Smith enters the ball game. Throckmorton exits in a 5-4 game. Carson-Newman still trails, but a 2-run home run from Mari Robbins after Hayden Dye's leadoff double brings Carson-Newman within 1. It's Macaulay Bailey who's going to step in as Smith finishes her warm-up and will toe the slab and face off with Macaulay Bailey. Bailey with a chance to make history. 35 home runs in her career. It's tied for the most in a career in Carson-Newman history. One would put her in the lead, and she's still got plenty of time left to play. She's got a whole nother season. What Macaulay Bailey has done in her career here at Carson-Newman has been nothing short of phenomenal. She awaits a first pitch from Smith. First pitch home, Bailey takes on the outer edge for a called strike. Not to mention, Bailey has tied her own record for single-season home runs. She's hit 15 in back-to-back seasons in her freshman and sophomore years. As he 0-1 pitch home to Macaulay. He's dribbled left side to third. Way scoops. She'll take her time and throw over to first in time for the first out. Talking about Macaulay Bailey and her tying her own single-season record last year. Mari Robbins with her 9th. She's just 6 off from tying Macaulay Bailey's single-season home run record. So we'll see if Mari Robbins can keep up the pace as the first pitch to Anderson is outside for ball 1. Coming in this year, Mari Robbins' career high season in home runs was in her first year. She hit 2. She's definitely eclipsed that total this year as Anderson takes low again for ball 2 in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Bases empty, 1 away for Chloe Smith and Southern Wesleyan's defense. As Anderson awaits a 2-0, the pitch home. She swings and misses, and the count moves 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count with 1 away. The Eagles have had 2 runs in each of the last 2 frames, but it's the 4-run top of the third for the Warriors. That's the difference right now as Anderson watches the next pitch downstairs, ball 3. Here in a little while, we'll check in on Carson-Newman men's basketball. Talk about the women. Got it done 75-54 on senior day for the Eagles as the 3-1 pitch home to Anderson. She cuts and misses for strike 2. Full count now to the Limestone transfer Santana Anderson, who is just a wonderful addition to the middle of the order for Carson-Newman. The 3-2 pitch home to Anderson. She fouls it off on the fastball to the hand of Smith. and the count remains full. Anderson, an all-conference player in her freshman year at Limestone, had a similar season last year with the Saints. And through 18 starts here in Mossy Creek, she's hitting .353. As the next payoff pitch home from Smith is clubbed foul. The junior out of Fairmont, North Carolina, has 8 extra base hits. 5 of them doubles. She has 3 home runs. She awaits the next payoff. Off-speed pitch, misses down low. Ball 4. Great eye from Santana Anderson to not offer at that low off-speed pitch out of the hand of Smith. Pulled the string on it a little bit. Anderson, you could tell she was thinking about it, but she stayed put and gives Carson-Newman a 1-out base runner. The go-ahead run on base now for Brooklyn Lucero. As the first pitch home from Smith to Lucero is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Next pitch home to Lucero is a swing and a miss, strike 2. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Important pitch upcoming for Smith, looking for a big second out with the tying run on first. As she leads and fires the 0-2, it skips in and it gets away. Anderson will race for second, and she thinks about going to third, but stays put on a pass ball. That puts Anderson at second. So now the tying run in scoring position, and a 1-2 count to Brooklyn Lucero. Smith leans, fires home the 1-2. It's dribbled up the middle, scooped up at second. Throw to first is in time. Anderson racing to third, and she'll get there. So a ground out, 6-3 off the bat of Lucero. Does move Anderson over to third base. And there's 2 down. Big out number 2 for Smith and the Southern Wesleyan defense, as now it's Kennedy Warder's turn with 2 down. First pitch home to Warder is downstairs. Good block by Schreiner behind the dish. Do not let that one get away. Really important play, underrated play there behind the plate from Schreiner to keep it in front and not allow Anderson to try and race home and tie the game. Ball, no strikes to Warder. Smith will step off. The 1-0 is high, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Kennedy Warder, the senior out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky, looking to deliver a big RBI hit here with 2 away to try and tie up this ball game. As Smith leans, fires. Big swing and a miss down low, and the count is 2-1. Checking on Carson-Newman baseball here in a little while. The Eagles dropped game 1 against Lincoln Memorial 10-7. Getting ready to go in game 2 as the next pitch misses inside, ball 3. Warder up 3-1 in the count with Santana Anderson on third. Abby Martin's on deck. Trinity Brooks in the hole for Carson-Newman. The 3-1. Warder watches it upstairs, ball 4. Nice at bat from Kennedy Warder. Santana Anderson stays put, and that allows Abby Martin to step in with 2 down. Now Schreiner's going to call time behind the dish, give her infield some signals as to what to do with runners on the corners, especially if Kennedy Warder decides to take off. That's usually what those signals entail, are dealing with a runner trying to take off with runners on the corners. First pitch home to Martin. She watches it for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. No balls and a strike with 2 down. As the right-handed Smith leans and fires, Martin chops it foul, and the count 0-2. Smith 1 strike away from maintaining the lead for Southern Wesleyan, despite Carson-Newman with 2 runs on the Maury Robbins 2-run home run here in the 3rd inning. As a right-handed Smith leans, wheels, deals upstairs. Warder takes off for second, and she slides in safely. So stolen base for Kennedy Warder. No throw from Schreiner behind the dish. And Anderson stays put. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Next offering home. Martin chops it foul. Good job to stay alive by Abby Martin. And the count remains 1-2. Coming up next week, another busy week for the Eagle Sports Network. I'll have your coverage here on Tuesday for Carson-Newman and Newberry before heading down the South Atlantic Conference men's and women's basketball tournaments. The Eagle Sports Network will have all your coverage there as the next 1-2 home misses, and it's ball 2. Seen a lot of good at-bats from Carson-Newman today. That trend has continued here in game 2 as Martin awaits the next offering. Smith peeks at her wrist. Leans, fires home the 2-2. It's downstairs and outside, ball 3. Southern Wesleyan's dugout visibly displeased with that call, but from here it looked like it just missed off the plate. Schreiner tried to pull it back in, but to no avail. 3-2 count, first base unoccupied, second and third covered by Warder and Anderson. The payoff home. Downstairs, ball 4. Back-to-back walks, load the bases for Trinity Brooks. Looks like Michael Graves will be making a change here. If you remember in game 1, it was Addie Saunders who ripped the bases clearing 3 RBI double. And it sounds like that might be the change here. And it'll be Winter Morris actually to come in and take the pinch hitting cuts. Morris had a grand slam against Concord back to open the season. And now she comes in to pinch hit with the bases loaded and 2 away. Big spot here for Morris. And she'll see Smith with Martin on first, Warder on second, Anderson on third. Arguably the biggest part of this ball game right here, as Carson-Newman, despite trailing 5-2 after 2.5, has had 2 runs on the Mari Robbins 2-run home run. And now Winter Morris with a chance. And the base is juiced. Tying run on third, go-ahead run on second for the Eagles. Big spot for both teams. 2 down in the bottom of the third. Smith peeks at her wrist. Leans and fires home the first pitch to Morris. Down low, ball 1. A walk would score the tying run from third. Ball in the gap would more than likely give the Eagles the lead, with Warder with some solid speed standing on second. The 1-0 home to Winter Morris. In the turf, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to the pinch hitting Winter Morris. Right-handed Smith leans, fires a 2-0. Morris watches it outside, ball 3. Hitters count for Winter Morris. The base is loaded for Carson-Newman. And a chance to tie or take the lead with 2 outs in the third. The 3-0. Downstairs, ball 4, and we are tied. Santana Anderson comes in to score on a 4-pitch walk by Winter Morris. Didn't take the bat off of her shoulders as Warder moves to third. Anderson comes in to score, and Trinity Brooks is going to re-enter to pinch run. So Sienna Cameron will stand in. With 2 away. She watches the first pitch low for ball 1. Base is still loaded. We're tied at 5 as Winter Morris works a bases loaded walk. And now Brooks back on first. There's a 1-0 pitch home to Cameron. She slaps it down the first baseline, and it trickles foul. Cameron tried to Maybe didn't try, but that ball was hugging the line down the first baseline, but it went just foul as the count moves the ball on a strike. 3 runs here in the frame for the Eagles. A 2-run home run from Robbins, and then the bases loaded walk for Winter Morris. Ties the game at 5. The 1-1. Cameron watches it on the outside corner for strike 2. Carson-Newman's leadoff hitter. In a big spot, bases juice, go ahead run on third. That's a pitch home to Sienna Cameron is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chloe Smith, despite allowing the game to draw even on the bases loaded walk for Winter Morris, she gets Cameron to strike out swinging, and that ends the frame. We head to the top of the 4th inning. We're all tied at 5 right here on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, it's Sierra Rogers to face off with Talissa Kennedy with the bases empty and nobody out to start the top half of the 4th. Carson-Newman with a 3-run bottom half of the 3rd to draw even at 5. First pitch home from Rogers to Kennedy is outside for ball 1. And the count, ball and no strikes. 5-all in a game that's been quite entertaining. As the next pitch home is a called strike at the top part of the zone, and the count evens at 1-1. Southern Wesleyan's dugout and the fan contingency they brought to Mossy Creek did not like that call, but the count evens at 1-1. Next pitch is skied high behind the dish. Warder gives it a look, but it goes foul, and the count is 1-2.
Let's go, Raj.
Rogers toes the slab, ready to deal home. The next pitch, it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sierra Rogers gets Talissa Kennedy on strikes, and that's the first out of the 4th. Big pitch from Rogers to get Kennedy ahead of it, as now she faces off with Brown, who got a bunt single on her last time at the plate. She slaps the first pitch foul to the left side, and the count is 0-1. Starting to cool off. It's been pretty cool all day, but it's really starting to taper off in terms of temperature. You see some long sleeves coming out here at the Vic. As Brown awaits a 0-1 offering, she slaps it left side to short. Throw is in time to Brooklyn Lucero at first, and that's the second out. Nice play by Abby Martin as she retires Brown, and there's 2 down. First pitch home is a called strike over the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Eagles looking for a scoreless top half of the fourth to get the offense back to the plate, to try and build on that momentum built in the third. As Rogers looks home, fires home, and it's downstairs. It's count evens at a ball and a strike.
Come on, Raj.
1-1 the count. As the pitch home is a swing and a miss for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty. As the Eagles look to get back to the plate to try and take the lead.
Go, Raj.
Next pitch on the way from Sierra Rogers is high, and the count is 2-2. It's been a really nice day for Sierra. That's come in for Lorelei Spradlin after a really nice game one, and has delivered again here in game two. She leans and fires home the 2-2. It's fouled back, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch home, fouled back again, as the count remains 2-2. Good fight here in the batter's box to stay alive.
Go, Raj.
Next pitch home is downstairs, and the count moves full at 3-2. So Crouch looking to reach and keep the frame alive for Southern Wesleyan.
Come on, Raj.
So the next pitch is a ball downstairs, and Crouch will reach with 2 away. Good at bat there from Crouch. That puts her aboard first for Truitt.
I'm using this as a windbreak.
Truitt stands in with a runner on first. They go ahead run on first. As Rogers leans and fires. First pitch is a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Top 4, Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan tied at 5 apiece after Carson-Newman won game 1 in 5 innings, 11-2, to hand Southern Wesleyan just its second loss of the season. As a 0-1 pitch home from Rogers is looped into shallow left. It's a base hit. Moves Crouch station to station. And it's first and second with 2 away for the Warriors. Good piece of hitting there from Truitt. Her first hit here in game 2. Got just enough on it to poke it over the head of Abby Martin. And now Amberly Way steps in with 2 down. Way 1 for 2 today. She had the 2 RBI double
Come on, Raj.
in her last at-bat. Comes into today tied for second in the country in home runs as she lifts one deep to left, and it's off the roof of the clubhouse. A 3-run home run for Amberly Way, just as I was talking about her performance in the box launching the long ball. She gets it done right there, and Southern Wesleyan's back in front. It's 8-5. So a walk, a single, and a home run, all with 2 outs. Put Southern Wesleyan back in top.
Go, Raj.
That brings in Mercer with 2 away. The base is now empty. As Way gets her second RBI extra base hit today. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. And the count of ball and no strikes. Rogers looking to get out of the frame, allowing just 3 and get the offense back to the plate. She deals home the 1-0. It's laced down the left field line. A base hit. Rattles up against the wall and left as she rounds first, heads for second. The throw is cut off And it's another 2-out extra base hit for Mercer. Another runner in scoring position for Southern Wesleyan, who has jolted back with the momentum. And it'll bring Lamb to the plate with a runner on second and 2 away. Carson-Newman trailed by 3 going into the bottom half of the third. Tied it up and now trailed by 3 again as the first pitch is low. And the count moves a ball and a strike. Excuse me, ball and no strikes. Lamb hitting .458 this year through 24 at-bats. He has 11 hits. Southern Wesleyan has 5 hitters coming into today that were hitting over 400 as the 1-0 pitch is low. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second and 2 away. The Southern Wesleyan offense didn't really find its footing in Game 1, but has certainly found it here in Game 2. 8 runs through almost 4 innings of offensive work as Rogers leans, fires home the 2-0, and misses high. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Runner on second. For Southern Wesleyan's Rebecca Lamb. The 3-0 pitch is a called strike on the inner half, and the count is 3-1. Lamb in the box. On deck is Abby Schreiner in the hole, Olivia Hag. As Rogers steps back up to the rubber. Looks home. Leans and fires a 3-1. Clips the bottom of the zone. Strike 2. Rogers looking for a big out, number 3, to get the offense back to the plate. Southern Wesleyan has regained its largest lead of the game at 3. As Rogers deals home, it's a swing and a miss down low. Strike 3. Big punch out for Rogers in a 3-2 count. And she strands a runner on second, but Southern Wesleyan does regain the lead. It's a 8-5 ball game after 3.5, here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Carson-Newman looks for another answer, trailing 8-5. Second 3-run deficit of the game for Carson-Newman, and it will be a Hayden Dye to lead things off with the bases empty, nobody out. Smith back in the circle for Southern Wesleyan as she, despite 4 walks, stranded the go-ahead run in scoring position on third, and now we'll face off with Dye to start the bottom half of the 4th. First pitch home from Smith is downstairs for ball 1. 38 pitches for Smith. Only a half of them have been for strikes. 19 to be exact. As the righty leans and fires home to Dye. She watches it high. Ball 2. 10 walks now in the season for Smith. As she leans and fires a 2-0. Dye watches it clip the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Dye, Robbins, and Bailey due up for Carson-Newman. As the right-hander Smith looks home, the 2-1. Downstairs, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Hayden Dye with the bases empty and nobody out. here in the bottom of the fourth. Righty leans and fires. Dye watches it low. Ball 4.
Yeah, Hayden.
A 5-pitch walk for Hayden Dye,
Let's go,
the
Maury.
5th of Chloe Smith's outing. As now I believe we may see a change here as head coach Clay Ardeeser comes out to talk with the home plate umpire. Looks like a new Southern Wesleyan arm likely to enter here to face off with Maury Robbins, who launched a 2-run home run. It'll be Olivia Hagg, who's coming in from left, it seems. Let's see who replaces her out there. As we will have a pitching change, we'll let her get warmed up, and we'll be back on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it'll be Olivia Hagg to take over in the circle. I believe it's Josie Shoemaker who heads into left for Hagg, and it is Shoemaker to left, Hagg to pitch, and Smith exits. Assuming Hagg will remain hitting in this order, Shoemaker moves to the flex. And that's a change is made for Clay Ardeeser here in the fourth. Runner on first and Hayden Dye, as Maury Robbins, who's already launched a solo shot, or a 2-run home run in this one, stands back in with an opportunity to do the same. First pitch home to Robbins is low, and the count's a ball and no strikes. So Olivia Hagg saw some time there in game one. She has a 188 ERA on the season, a 5-0 record. As a right-handed Hagg fires home. It's a called strike, and the count's 1-1. Right-handed Hagg looks home, fires home the 1-1 pitch. It's downstairs, and the count is 2-1. Again, Southern Wesleyan is
Come on, Maury.
not a big fan of the strike zone here today. See volunteer assistant coach David Ardeeser displeased with that call. It's a 2-1 pitch home to Robbins. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Hayden Dye stands on first. As the right-handed Robbins awaits a 2-2. Robbins skies it high left side, Way giving chase and foul ground. It's going to be the shortstop to come over and make the play for out number 1. Nice play and foul ground. As Dye stays put. It's Crouch to come over from the 6 hole to make the play and foul ground. And now Macaulay Bailey stands in with 1 down. First pitch home to Bailey's an off-speed pitch that misses high for ball 1. Again, Bailey with another home run today would become the all-time leader in home runs in just her junior season. I mean, what a job it's been for Macaulay Bailey to come into Jefferson City and produce the way she has as she swings and misses at a pitch upstairs. And the count is 1-1.
Let's go, Mac.
Bottom of the fourth, Southern Wesleyan leads Carson-Newman 8-5. It's been a busier second game for the Southern Wesleyan offense. You just scored 2 runs, both in the first inning in game 1. As Hagg deals a 1-1 to Bailey. It's up and away, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to McCauley. He's hitting .345 on the year. A 2-1 home. Bailey clubs it foul behind the dish, and the count is 2-2. Anderson's on deck. Lucero in the hole. As McCauley stands back in, awaits a 2-2 offering from Olivia Hag. Righty leans and fires. Bailey loops it down the left field line, and it's foul. Didn't miss that by much. She stayed back just enough to get a piece of that off-speed pitch to the hand of Hag and almost poked it down the left field line for extra bases, but it's blown foul. And the wind has played a role this afternoon. It's carried some balls that might not go out on a normal day. Carried them out to left and center, but some of them have been no doubters. This was Amberly Way's 2-run home run in the top half of the fourth. 2-2 home to Bailey. She clubs this one deep to center, going back to the track, the wall, and she's done it. McCauley Bailey is the new home run leader in Carson-Newman softball history. Her 36th. She can etch her name in the record books. Well done, McCauley Bailey, and it's a 1-run game. 6th of the season for Bailey, and it's a record setter. An important home run in this game and a milestone for McCauley Bailey, who's now the all-time leader in home runs here at Carson-Newman.
Come on, Santana.
Here's Santana Anderson, the tying run of the dish. It's a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Next pitch is downstairs, and it's a ball and a strike. One and one the count. And an 8-7 ball game as Anderson ropes one down the right field line, but it's tailing foul. Coming into the day, McCauley Bailey needed 3 home runs. She got 2 in game 1 and 1 here in game 2 to officially snap the record previously held by Sarah Kelly, who hit 35 from 2011 to 2014. As a 1-2 home to Santana Anderson is a hair outside, and the count is 2-2. A 2-2 home to Anderson. She skies it high, right side. Mercer gave chase and foul ground, but it's out of play, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. The Eagles have gotten within 1 on the McCauley Bailey 2-run home run. Off-speed pitch is a called strike 3. And that's out number 2. Here's Brooklyn Lucero with 2 away. She awaits the first offering. She fouls it off. And the count is 0-1. 2 down for the Southern Wesleyan defense. Carson-Newman has drawn within 1 on McCauley Bailey's record-setting 36 home run of her career. Next pitch home to Brooklyn is fisted into center, and it'll drop for a 2-out knock. The ball gets away from the center fielder, but she's able to keep it within reach. It's a 2-out single for Brooklyn Lucero.
Go, Abby.
It's all good.
I hadn't even seen the numbers yet.
Here's Kennedy Warder with 2 away and a runner on first, the go-ahead runner in Brooklyn Lucero. First pitch home to Warder. She dribbles it out towards third. It's a foul. And the count is 0-1. No balls and a strike to Warder. As the 0-1 pitch home is looped into shallow left. Charging in is the left fielder Henderson, and that's out number 3. But the Eagles get within 1 on Macaulay Bailey's record-setting 36 career home run. The Eagles within 1 after 4. We'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
I think you look like you kind of get over with me.
Actually, her name's Bella.
Oh, my dog's going to be mad when I get home. They didn't feel like she did. Right? How old is she?
She's just over a year. She's pretty much full grown.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman is within 1 after Macaulay Bailey breaks the all-time record in career home runs with her 36th of her career. Southern Wesleyan back at the dish to try and build on it. What is now a 1-run lead.
Go, Raj.
As Schreiner stands in to face off with Sierra Rogers. First pitch home is downstairs for ball 1. Eight to 7 your score. The Eagles have twice now answered Southern Wesleyan as the next pitch is a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Ball and a strike. Rogers deals home to Schreiner. It's a called strike, and the count is 1-2.
Let's go, Raj.
A 1-2 home. She misses downstairs, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. What a game it's been between Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan here in Game 2. As the Eagles and the Warriors go toe-to-toe in the 4th all-time meeting. The 2-2 is popped foul. Warder gives it a look, and it'll go out of play. The count remains 2-2. The next 2-2 is dribbled left side, foul. Once again, as Schreiner stays alive in the count. Good fight in the box from Abby Schreiner. Stay alive in this count. Try and generate something for this Southern Wesleyan offense. In the top of the 5th. The next 2-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sierra Rogers wins the war at the plate with Abby Schreiner. And there's 1 down. That'll bring in Olivia Hagg, who came into pitch last inning. She'll stay in and hit. The other option was Josie Shoemaker, who came in. The spot remains Hags here in the top of the 5th. First pitch home is downstairs for ball 1. As count moves the ball and no strikes. Next pitch home, Hag grounds it left side, backhanded by Martin. She knocks it down, but it'll be an infield single for Olivia Hag. Tough play for Martin on the backhand, as Hag singles to shortstop and puts a runner on for Talissa Kennedy. Kennedy stands in to face off with Rogers. She pops the first pitch foul. And the count is 0-1. So a runner on first for Southern Wesleyan, again looking to add to this lead. As she awaits the next pitch, it's outside. And the count evens the ball and a strike.
Go, Raj.
The 1-1 home is downstairs. Count moves 2-1
Come on, Raj.
on Kennedy. As Sierra Rogers looking for a scoreless frame here to keep Carson-Newman well within the fight. Down just 1. As the next pitch is line left side and it's foul. Count moves 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away for the Eagle defense in a pivotal inning here in this ball game. Next pitch is outside, and the count moves full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner on first. And Olivia Hag. As Rogers deals the payoff. It's a low, ball 4. Good at bat from Kennedy. She reaches on a walk. Moves Hag to second, and it's first and second for Brown with 1 down. So an opportunity here for Southern Wesleyan, who, despite Carson-Newman scoring all 7 runs in the last 3 frames, Southern Wesleyan has added 7 to remain in front and has taken a 3-run lead twice, looking to do so right here with 1 away. First pitch home to Brown. She watches it downstairs for ball 1. 46 pitches in this Game 2 outing for Sierra Rogers. She's found the zone on 27 of the pitches. She looks to work through a big inning here in the 5th.
Come on, Raj.
The 1-0 pitch home from Sierra Rogers to Brown. She squares the bunt, pokes it foul. And the count is a ball and a strike. Brown hitting .269 on the season, 7 hits and 26 at-bats. She's had 1 today on a bunt single. Hitting just 100 with runners in scoring position, so a chance to score a couple here, but Brown has struggled to cash in runners while they're on base. As she awaits the 1-1. Rogers leans and deals the 1-1 pitch. Brown slaps it left side. Martin scoops. She'll go to third for the force. What a play by Abby Martin. A smart play, as Brown will reach on a fielder's choice. And Kennedy moves to second. Hag out at third. 6-5. So now it's Brown and Kennedy on the base pass and 2 away for Crouch. As Rogers toes the slab, leans and fires home. First pitch is downstairs for ball 1. What a big out, number 2, and really heads-up play from the junior Abby Martin, who has had a couple scenarios like that this year where there's been a runner trying to go from second to third, but the force out was there. It was an easier play for Martin, and Bailey was able to get back to the bag in time for a big second out. The 1-0. Line down the left field line, but foul. Past a diving Bailey. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Crouch just mere inches away from a couple runs coming in to score and extra bases, but it sneaks foul. And the count's a ball and a strike to Crouch. Rogers leans, fires home the 1-1. Crouch swings and misses. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners on first and second in an 8-7 ball game. And a huge pitch up coming from Sierra Rogers, looking to keep it a 1-run game. The 1-2. Outside and low. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. It's Crouch, who's hitting .513 on the year, 20 hits and 39 tries. Awaits a 2-2. The pitch home is skied high right side. Dye giving chase, but it's Anderson with a play on it in right, and she snags it for the 3rd out.
Good job, Raj.
Big stuff from Sierra Rogers to get out of the jam. Strands runners on first and second with a little help from her defense, and we head to the home half of the 5th. It's 8-7. After 4.5 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Are you a dad on thing? Oh, no. I sat them down. Yes, I was talking to them and they said they were from Cosby and they came from Cosby. They were like standing there like the bar up here like running their eyes, so I gave them a seat to sit down.
Well, he was around and he was like,
No, I gave them a seat.
she's wanting to start learning to pitch. She catches, but she's wanting to start.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it's Abby Martin to lead things off for Carson-Newman in the home half of the 5th. 8-7 your score right here on the Eagle Sports Network as Olivia Hagg back in the circle.
No, but they're okay.
For Southern Wesleyan. It'll be Martin, Brooks, and then the top of the order, and Sienna Cameron due up for Carson-Newman. First pitch to Martin is a called strike. And the count is 0-1. 1 inning so far for Hagg. She's allowed 1 earned run. She struck out 1. As the pitch home is off the glove of Schreiner behind the dish, and the count evens the ball and a strike. The righty looks home, gets the call from Schreiner behind the dish. And deals home the 1-1. It's low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Martin with the bases empty, nobody out. Here in the home half of the 5th. Right-handed Hagg dangles her arm, leans and fires a 2-1. Martin watches it outside, and the count moves 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Abby Martin. The Eagles trail by 1. Here at the Vic in Game 2, an 11-2 win in Game 1. And having to play from behind for most of the game here in Game 2. Tied the game once. It's since been pushed out to a lead for Southern Wesleyan. It's the 3-1 pitch, a called strike. And the count moves full at 3-2. Despite having to play from behind, Carson-Newman has not tapered away and allowed Southern Wesleyan to pull away. The Eagles have been right in the fight as the 3-2 misses upstairs. Ball 4. Good at bat for Abby Martin. That'll bring Trinity Brooks back to the plate with a tying run aboard. Brooks steps in. The left-handed slapper awaits the first offering from Olivia Hack. Righty leans, fires home. Brooks slaps it foul. And the count is 0-1. Hag has done a really nice job this season with runners aboard. Just no 7-1 average for opposing teams against Hag when runners are on base. As Brooks awaits the 0-1, the pitch home, misses, or is called strike. Martin taking off for second. The throw's offline, and Abby Martin has a stolen base. Gets the tying run in scoring position for Carson-Newman. As the righty, Hag takes a peek at her wrist, ready to fire the 0-1 to Brooks. Abby Martin in scoring position for Carson-Newman as the 0-1 pitch home to Brooks is downstairs. The 0-2 pitch misses low. Keeping an eye on the Southern Wesleyan dugout, the reactions after some of these real close pitches don't go the way of the Warriors. Clay Ardis are not happy with that one. As Brooks awaits a 1-2 offering. Pitch home. Brooks slaps it behind the plate, foul. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. So Martin in scoring position with Sienna Cameron on deck. Good start of the inning for Carson-Newman. Martin walked, stole second. And now Brooks works in a 1-2 count with Olivia Hag. The 1-2. Off speed, misses low and inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out.
Come on, Trinity.
As Brooks awaits the next 2-2 offering. Pitch is slapped behind the plate, foul. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Update at Holt Fieldhouse. Coker has jumped out to a 15-point lead with just under 7 to play in the first. A 17-1 run gives Coker the lead. And it's a big one. Double digits at 35-20. Keep an eye on that game as Carson-Newman men's basketball closes out its regular season at Holt Fieldhouse, preparing for the South Atlantic Conference tournament starting next week. Hag takes her time, steps back on the circle. Leans and fires the 2-2. Brooks slaps it back up the middle, a base hit. Martin rounds third. She'll come in to score, and it's 8-all. Great piece of hitting from Trinity Brooks. Saw a couple pitches, fought a couple off, and scores Abby Martin from second. The stick-to-itiveness of the Eagle offense to stay in this game, and it's the second time we're tied. Tied at 5-all. Southern Wesleyan made it an 8-5 game with 3 in the fourth. Carson-Newman scored the last 3 to make it 8-all. As Cameron pops the first pitch foul to the left side. And the count is 0-1. 16 combined runs in this one. The offenses have not been shy. As 9 hits apiece for both the Eagles and the Warriors. As the 0-1 misses. And it's 1-1. Brooks the go-ahead run on first base for Carson-Newman. As the left-handed Cameron awaits a 1-1. Right-handed Hag leans, fires home the 1-1 pitch. It's a called strike. Brooks taking off for second. She dives in ahead of the throw, and it's a stolen base.
Let's go see.
Count moves a ball and 2 strikes on Cameron. Now Trinity Brooks in scoring position on the Eagles' second stolen base of the frame. Martin got into scoring position with a stolen base. Now Brooks does the same. The 1-2 to Cameron. Slap to center, a base hit. Brooks rounds third. She's going to go home, and it's 9-8 Carson-Newman.
We go Sienna.
Similar sequence as Cameron slaps one to center. Brooks, who got into scoring position on the stolen base, gives Carson-Newman the lead for the first time here in Game 2. 9-8 Eagles on Carson-Newman's 10th hit of the afternoon. As right-handed Hag delivers home. It's a ball downstairs to Hayden Dye. And the count is the ball and no strikes. Schreiner comes out to chat with Hag.
Come on, Hayden.
And the two will take a walk in the circle. As David Ardeeser is having a conversation with the home plate umpire. You can hear a little bit of what he's saying. He's asking the umpire to do his job as he'll come back behind home plate. It's been a tight zone. Some of the pitches that Southern Wesleyan's been displeased with have just missed. As Hag and Schreiner continue to chat. Amberly Way joins in the conversation. Ball and no strikes to Hayden Dye. An insurance run on base with Carson-Newman, who's really stuffed the score sheet here in this one. Despite nothing in the first, the Eagles have scored in every inning since. 2 in the second, 3 in the third,
Go, Hayden.
2 in both of the fourth and the fifth to take a 1-run lead. Southern Wesleyan's been going toe-to-toe and has had the lead up until this point. Cameron on first, the pitch home to Dye is grounded left side, a base hit. Third single of the inning, third consecutive single for Carson-Newman. And Cameron moves to second. Clarification, Carson-Newman did lead once in this game. It was 2-1 after 2, but since the 4-run top of the third, Southern Wesleyan has held the lead until this inning. First pitch home to Mari Robbins. She squares the bunt, pulls back on a pitch that's in the turf. And the count's a ball and no strikes. Still nobody out here in the home half of the fifth inning. Carson-Newman looking to maybe pull away a little bit from Southern Wesleyan as we enter the later parts of this ball game. The 1-0 home to Robbins is upstairs, ball 2. Mari hit her 9th home run of the season earlier this afternoon. In this ball game, it was a 2-run shot.
Come on, Mari.
As she awaits the 2-0, swing and a miss. And the count moves 2 balls and a strike. Dye on first, Cameron on second after back-to-back singles. Cameron singles scored the go-ahead run and Trinity Brooks from second base. Now the Eagles have an opportunity to get their first multi-run advantage of this ball game. The 2-1 home to Robbins. She pops it foul behind the dish. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lengthy ball game this one's been, approaching 2 hours. And we're only in the 5th inning. Next pitch home to Robbins, an off-speed pitch. Nice job to hold up. And the count moves full. Seen that a couple times today. Olivia Hag has tried to go to that off-speed pitch, but the Eagles have been very disciplined at the plate to not offer at those. As Hag deals a payoff pitch home to Robbins. She skies it high, the shallow infield. And it'll be taken care of by Crouch. It's a first out of the frame, a pop out by Mari Robbins to shortstop. And both runners stay put. Here's Macaulay Bailey. Mentioned it a couple times, a new leader in home runs in Carson-Newman softball program history with her 36th in her last at-bat. And is back up to the plate with 1 away. First pitch home to Macaulay. Seemingly holds up on a pitch upstairs, and she does. As the count moves the ball in, no strikes. Sun still shining down on the Vic as we approach the 5 o'clock hour. Hag leans, fires home to Bailey. The 1-0 is downstairs. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Macaulay Bailey. Cameron on second. Dye on first. And just 1 away. The 2-0 pitch home to Macaulay Bailey is grounded towards second. It gets underneath the glove of the second baseman. Rounding third, coming home is Cameron. And I believe we'll score that an error on the second baseman. Macaulay Bailey reaches again. Cameron comes in to score. And Dye races to second.
Let's go, Santana.
Here's Santana Anderson She watches the first pitch down low for ball one. As Bailey aboard yet again, this time on an error. As Cameron comes in to score from second base. It's been an excellent day for McCauley as a 1-0 pitch is up and away. Ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to Anderson. As the righty leans, fires a 2-0, a swing and a miss. And the count moves 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Runners on first and second for the Eagles. And it's a 10-8 ball game. Carson-Newman's taking a multi-run advantage for the first time today as Anderson watches a pitch downstairs. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to Santana Anderson. As right-handed Hag gets the call, fires a 3-1. Anderson chops it foul, and the count's 3-2. Bailey on first, Dye on second after McCauley. Bailey snuck one underneath the glove of the Southern Wesleyan second baseman. As a 3-2 pitch home to Anderson is a called strike 3. Just caught the outside corner, and it's a big second out for Olivia Hag and the Southern Wesleyan defense. Here's Brooklyn Lucero with 2 down. And runner still on first and second. First pitch home. Lucero skies it high behind home plate and out of play. The count is 0-1. No balls and a strike to Brooklyn. As the right-handed Hag leans and fires home the 0-1. Lucero fouls it off. And the count moves 0-2. Hag looking to keep this game right where it is. 10-8 in favor of the Eagles. 3 runs here in the bottom half of the 5th. To push Carson-Newman back in front. Long low cone by Hag. She fires a 0-2 pitch. Lucero lifts it to the left. Going back to left fielder, and Shoemaker will make the play for out number 3. But Carson-Newman gets 3. It's 10-8 Eagles after 5. We head to the top of the 6th. Eagles back in front right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
He said no run. Huh? Yeah, literally.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman leads Southern Wesleyan 10-8 after 5 complete. And it's Carson-Newman, who has shown a lot of stick-to-itiveness today, hopes to make it pay off. Eagles need 6 outs. And Sierra Rogers back in the circle for the Eagles to start the top half of the 6th. And she'll face off with Truitt. The base is empty and nobody out. First pitch home from Rogers, dribbled left side to third. Bailey scoops, throw is in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sierra Rogers, and nice job by Macaulay Bailey to grab that ball before it went foul. A heads-up play by the junior. And there's 1 down. Here's Amberly Way. Pitches inside. And the count is a ball and no strikes. Way awaits the 1-0 offering from Rogers.
Go, Rog.
Pitch home is smoked to left, but it's tailing well foul. And the count moves a ball and a strike. Eagles in front by multiple runs for the first time this afternoon. Carson-Newman took an early lead, 2-1. Since then, it's been mostly Southern Wesleyan until Carson-Newman took a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1 home is downstairs. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. This pitch is skied high to center. Cameron going back to the track, the wall, and it's going to leave. A solo home run for Amberly Way, her second of the day, and Southern Wesleyan is back within 1. Way put a charge into it to deep center field. As Sierra Rogers takes a trip out of the circle to regather to face off with Mercer. 10th hit of the evening for Southern Wesleyan. As Mercer awaits the first offering. First pitch out is too high for ball 1. Ten to 9 your score. Carson-Newman still out in front here in the top half of the 6th. Only 1 out for the Eagle defense as Mercer awaits.
There we go.
It's called strike on the lower inside part of the plate. 60 pitches now for Sierra Rogers. Re-entering here in this game. 3 innings of work, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. As she delivers home, it's high and away. Ball 2. If the game ended right now, Sierra Rogers would be in position for her second win of the day. And we'll see if that can come to fruition
Come on, Rog.
late in this ball game. The 2-1 home to Mercer. Swing and a miss behind the heater. And the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bases empty for Southern Wesleyan. As Rogers leans and fires a 2-2. This one's lifted to right. Going back to the track, the wall, and it's gone. Back-to-back home runs to tie the game at 10 apiece. This one leaves the yard from Mercer to right field, and just like that, we're tied. What a sequence of events. This game has had a little bit of everything. And can add back-to-back home runs to that equation. Sierra Rogers is going to exit. We'll see who the new arm is for Carson-Newman. It's a 10-10 ball game. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, we're tied at 10 after back-to-back home runs. Amberley Way and Avery Mercer leave the yard in consecutive at-bats. And now Lorelei Spradlin will re-enter in a 10-10 ball game. Spradlin started the game, dealt 2 1/3, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, but she struck out 5. And she faces off with Rebecca Lamb. First pitch home to Lamb is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Base is empty. All damage in this inning has been done on the solo home runs. Back-to-back solo shots to tie this thing at 10. As Spradlin deals 0-1, off speed that just misses, and the count is a ball and a strike. What a game it's been between these two sides, going punch for punch, knowing that these two games, two quality opponents and two quality opportunities to build a resume. As Lamb fouls it off, and the count is 1-2. So far this season, Carson-Newman has struggled against teams above 500 coming into today. Only 2 wins against teams above 500 were against North Greenville about a week and a half ago, but today Eagles get it done against Southern Wesleyan game 1 and a chance to do so again in game 2. The 1-2 home, Lamb fouls it back and stays alive. 70th pitch of the day for Lorelei Spradlin after she re-enters for Sierra Rogers. Right-handed Spradlin looks at the Carson-Newman dugout, gets the signal, and fires a 1-2 off-speed pitch, tripled left side and foul. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman will have 7, 8, 9 due up, and Warder, Martin, and Brooks in the home half of the 6th inning. Again, the Eagles will look to regain the lead as the next pitch home is low and outside. And the count moves 3-2. Next pitch home, downstairs. Actually, that'll make it 3-2. As the count moves full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Base is empty for Southern Wesleyan. The payoff. Lamb takes downstairs. Ball 4. So a walk for Lamb brings Schreiner to the dish with the go-ahead run on first. It looks like we're going to have a change here. Maybe a pinch runner for Lamb. An important run on first base. As it'll be a pinch runner for Clay Ardesser and his crew. It's Mackenzie Babb to come in and pinch run for Lamb. As Schreiner steps in, Babb aboard first with 1 away. The go-ahead run on base now as Lamb exits to the dugout. And Babb takes over for her on the base pass. Spradlin delivers the first pitch home. It's low. And the count's a ball and no strikes. Check back in on Carson-Newman men's basketball. It was down 15 the last time we checked in on the Eagles and Holt Field House. And Carson-Newman's behind by 14 at the break. Pitch is called a strike. Check back to first. It is not in time to get Babb. And the count moves 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away. The all-important go-ahead run aboard first base for Southern Wesleyan. The 1-1 pitch home is an off-speed pitch that misses upstairs. And the count moves 2-1.
Come on, Alexi.
Spradlin looks home. The 2-1 pitch home is a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Big pitch upcoming for Lorelei Spradlin. As she leans and fires a 2-2 home, it's dribbled left side and foul. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed Spradlin looking for a big out number 2. And get one step closer to entering the bottom of the 6th with a tie ball game. The next 2-2 is low ball 3. Full count. Lorelei Spradlin to Abby Schreiner with the go-ahead run on base for Southern Wesleyan here in the top half of the 6th. 2 runs on back-to-back solo home runs from Amberly Way and Avery Mercer. The 3-2 is fouled off. Schreiner, a good job to stay alive, and the count remains full. Spradlin ready to fire the next payoff. As she dips and deals home the 3-2, it's fouled back again. Count remains full at 3-2. Really nice fight from Schreiner in the box to stay alive. And Spradlin looks to win the battle here in a 3-2 count. The next payoff, sky to high. Down the first baseline, Lucero with a play, and she makes it for out number 2. Lorelei Spradlin wins the battle with Schreiner, and there's 2 down. I'll bring in Olivia Hag to take the cuts with 2 away. 10-10 here in the top half of the 6th. Big moment here for Lorelei Spradlin, the Eagles, to keep it tied. The first pitch home to Hag is high for ball 1. 11 hits apiece for each side. Both teams have done fairly well with runners in scoring position. 5 of 14 is Carson-Newman. 4 of 9 are Southern Wesleyan. This one's ripped through the left side. A 2-out knock for Olivia Hag. And it moves Babb to second. So now that go-ahead run is in scoring position for Talissa Kennedy. And she maybe has one of the biggest at-bats here in this ball game. A chance to give Southern Wesleyan the lead right back. As Spradlin leans and fires home. Kennedy rockets this one to left center. Going back to the track, the wall, and it's gone. A 3-run go-ahead home run for Talissa Kennedy. The 3rd long ball of the inning, and Southern Wesleyan's back ahead by 3. Arguably one of the bigger moments of this ball game, and Talissa Kennedy delivers. And it's a 5 spot here in the 6th. That gives Southern Wesleyan the lead back. A 3-run advantage. I'll bring in Brown with 2 down. And the base is empty. Damage has been done here in the 6th. Carson-Newman needs an answer when the Eagles can record this 3rd out.
Let's go.
So looks like we're seeing some discussion behind home plate. Looks like Lexi Lacey might enter here as Spradlin will give up the ball to Lacey. We'll talk about Lexi on the other side. Eagles trail 13-10 and look for that final out of the 6th inning. We'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it is Lexi Lacey to take over in the circle with 2 down and the 6. A 5 spot for Southern Wesleyan as Lorelei Spradlin exits in the top half of the 6. It's 13-10 Warriors, with Brown stepping up to the dish to round out the trip through the Warriors order. Kennedy gave the Warriors the lead with a 3-run shot in the last at bat. Brown squares the bunt. She pulls back on a pitch that's down low. Did she go? No, she did not. And the count is ball and no strikes.
Let's go, ladies.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you? Good.
Lacey
Go,
peeks at
Lexi.
her wrist, prepares to fire the 1-0 home. The lefty fires a pitch, slap left side and foul. And the count is 1-1. A ball and a strike with 2 away.
Let's go, need an out. Let's go, let's go.
As Lacey gets the ball back, preps to deal the 1-1
Go,
to
Lexi.
Brown. Wind still gusting. And some of these home runs have been helped out a little bit by the wind, but some of them have just been absolutely crushed, as that one from Kennedy was, to give Southern Wesleyan the lead. The 1-1. Brown squares the bunt, pulls back, but it's a called strike. And the count is 1-2. The 1-2 home, Lacey to Brown. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Huge punch out for Lexi Lacey to end the top of the 6th, but the damage is done. Southern Wesleyan back in front. A 5-run top of the 6th, and we head to the bottom half. It's 13-10 Southern Wesleyan. The Eagles look to answer here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Her friend is doing that. Get trouble. Texas Healing.
You're so cute.
No, not that I know of.
That looks like an awesome.
That's what it is. It's a cultural show. It's extremely high energy, very intelligent. Good intelligent brain.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Carson-Newman looks for a response, trailing by 3 as we enter the bottom half of the 6th. It'll be Kennedy Warder to lead things off for Carson-Newman as the Eagles look to punch back. Done a good job of that so far. But was that the haymaker from Southern Wesleyan? We'll see here in the bottom half of the 6th. A couple games this year the Eagles have gone punch for punch. USC Aiken's the one I remember most recently, where it was back and forth, and then Carson-Newman just could not deliver the final blow as USC Aiken was able to claim that victory. As Warder stands in from the right side. First pitch home from Hag is lined to center, a base hit, a rocket off the bat of Kennedy Warder on the first pitch she sees in the home half of the 6th. Really nice start to the frame as Warder took that one right back up the middle. Be interested to see the exit velocity on that one as Abby Martin stands in from the right side with Warder on first and nobody out. First pitch home to Martin is downstairs. Good job by Schreiner to keep it in front. And the count's a ball and no strikes. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. Good start to the frame for the Eagles. What a box score this is. Just looking at the line score, it's a lot for the eyes to take in. 13 runs on 13 hits for Southern Wesleyan. 10 runs on 13 hits for Carson-Newman. As the 2-0 home to Martin is a called strike over the heart of the plate. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Two 2-1 the count to Carson-Newman shortstop. His pitch home is drilled back towards short. Gets off the chest of the shortstop, and it's going to be an E6 that allows Abby Martin to reach.
Let's go Trinity.
An error on Crouch moves Warder to second, and just like that, Carson-Newman brings a tying run to the plate. 4th error of the ball game for Southern Wesleyan as Brooks stands in from the left side. First pitch home from Hag is slapped back up the middle. It's bobbled again, and Brooks will reach. The throw is offline. It's kept in front, but it's the second consecutive error by Crouch at shortstop, and it loads the bases.
Come on, Sienna.
Nobody out. We head back to the top of the order as the lefty Sienna Cameron will stand in. A big momentum shift as Crouch can't handle 2 balls at shortstop. And the Eagles are in business. First pitch home to Cameron. She watches on the outer edge for a called strike. So the Rockets single by Kennedy Warder, and then Martin reaches on an error by the shortstop. And Brooks does the same. 5 errors now for Southern Wesleyan in this one. As a righty fires home, Cameron slaps it back up the middle. A base hit. Warder scores. Martin rounding third. She will score, and it's a 1-run ball game. A 2 RBI single for Sienna Cameron. And now Brooks is going to race to third. Cameron trying for second. I was looking down at my computer. I'm not sure exactly what happened. As Brooks heads to third. Cameron heads to second. We're going to take a look at this in just a moment. It's just a wacky sequence of events right there to make it a 13-12 ball game. So Brooks advances to third. As it's 13-12 on Carson-Newman's 13th hit of the afternoon. As now we'll see a change. Be a new arm. It'll be Throckmorton to come back in as she re-enters. We will talk about her on the other side. 13-12 between Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
I've seen some people out there in their bullpen, but I don't
They
know.
aren't doing what your daughters do. They might toss it around, but they're not pitching.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Throckmorton re-enters. Hag goes back to left, so Shoemaker is taken out defensively. Those are changes for Southern Wesleyan as Hayden Dye stands in. An opportunity to help Carson-Newman tie or take the lead. 13-12 your score after a wacky sequence of events as Dye skies the first pitch foul. To recap, Sienna Cameron scored 2 on an RBI single, and then maybe a little bit of distraction by Southern Wesleyan that allowed Brooks to run to third and Cameron to head to second. Those two are in scoring position now for Dye. As the next pitch home is high for ball one. The count evens at a ball and a strike. Bottom six, Carson-Newman back within one. They've had the answer here in the home half of the sixth as Dye takes the ball outside. The count's 2-1. That was a question. Did Carson-Newman have it left to try and respond again to the Southern Wesleyan team? The Eagles have. Dye fouls it off, and the count moves 2-2. 25 runs, 27 hits between the two sides in what has been an incredible ball game between two very talented teams in the Southeast region. And at the end of the year, these games, the committee will look back on them, and this will matter pretty significantly as the 2-2 is upstairs and away for ball 3.
Come on, Hayden.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners on second and third for the Eagles as a payoff pitch home to Dye.
Yeah.
She lifts it to left, going back, the track, the wall, it's gone. A 3-run home run from Hayden Dye, and Carson-Newman's back in front. It's 15-13. Hayden Dye delivers, and Carson-Newman has the answer. Still nobody out, as that'll bring Maury Robbins to the plate in a 15-13 game. I mean, this game has just been dumbfounding. These two teams have gone toe-to-toe. First game in which Carson-Newman dominated, 11-2 in 5 innings. This has been anything but. Both teams have had the answers, and Southern Wesleyan will have to answer in the top half of the 7th. First pitch to Maury Robbins is the called strike, and the count is 0-1. Next pitch home to Robbins. She squares the bunt, pulls back, and it's a ball downstairs.
Go, Maury.
Count evens at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 to Robbins. It's a called strike at the bottom of the zone, and the count is 1-2. Here's the 1-2 home to Maury Robbins from Throckmorton. She swings and misses. Strike 3. Out number 1 for Bailey Throckmorton and the Southern Wesleyan defense. And Macaulay Bailey stands back in with the bases empty and 1 down. Bailey with a double and a home run here in game 2. As the first pitch home to Macaulay is outside for ball 1. And the count of ball and no strikes. Back-to-back 5 spots here in the 6th as Bailey watches upstairs. Counts 2 balls and no strike. What seemed like Southern Wesleyan had the momentum with that 5-run 6 to take a 3-run lead back. Carson-Newman has punched right back, 5 of its own here in the home half of the 6th. As Bailey awaits the next pitch, it's downstairs. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Carson-Newman's new all-time home run leader, Macaulay Bailey. As Throckmorton delivers, Bailey watches outside. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk from Macaulay. That'll bring Santana Anderson back to the plate. And it seems we're going to have a pinch runner from Michael Graves, knowing the importance of a little bit of insurance as he's going to go chat with the home plate umpire. Not sure who we'll see come in here, but Bailey will exit. It will be, looks like Taylor Erb will come in and pinch run. So Erb to pinch run for the Eagles. A little bit of speed, extra speed on the base pass for Carson-Newman. As Santana Anderson stands in. Face off with Erb. First pitch is fouled off, and the count is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch home to Anderson is chopped left side to third, scooped up, Way throws to first in time for the second out. 2 down now for Brooklyn Lucero. Herb moves to second. And she's in scoring position for Lucero. Right-handed Throckmorton delivers. Lucero smokes it to right. Back is Kennedy. It's off the base of the wall. Herb goes around third. She'll score. Lucero in at second with an RBI double. A rocket off the bat of Lucero. Herb, in a blink of an eye, was home. You can see why the Eagles like to pinch run with Taylor Herb. As now, looks like we'll see another pinch runner for Michael Graves and the Eagles. As Lucero seemingly exits. Expect to see maybe Katie Mathena come out and pinch run. Still no signal yet. And it will be Katie Mathena. So Mathena into pinch run for Lucero. With Warder at the dish. And 2 away. 16-13 Eagles. Carson-Newman's responded with 6 runs here in the bottom half of the 6th. It's a first pitch home to Kennedy Warder is a called strike. And the count is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Mathena on second with 2 away. Next pitch home to Warder, an off-speed pitch that misses up and away. The count is a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count to Warder with Mathena in scoring position. The 1-1 pitch. Warder lifts it to left, and it drops in fair ground. Mathena rounds third. She'll score. Warder pulls up at second with a 2-out RBI double. That one just kicked up some chalk down the left field line. And there's 2 down for Abby Martin. Looks like we're going to see another change for Southern Wesleyan. As Throckmorton's going to exit. Waiting to see who the new arm is into the ball game for Southern Wesleyan. We'll talk about her on the other side, but the Eagles lead 17-13, a 7-run bottom of the 6th, and looking for more on the other side here on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it's Abby Martin to step in with 2 down. As she watches the first pitch downstairs, Warder dances around off second. She'll head back as she awaits the next offering from the new pitcher in Amberly Way. This pitch is dribbled foul. And the count's a ball and a strike. As As Way, the new arm in the ball game. Martin dribbles one left side and foul. So Ware moves to third, and Way comes into pitch. As Martin watches a pitch downstairs, the count moves 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away for Martin. She awaits the next pitch. This one chopped towards short, scooped up, throw to first is not in time to get Abby Martin. It's a 2-out infield single for Martin. That moves Warder to third. Single to short for Martin. Warder heads to third. And runners on the corners with 2 down for Trinity Brooks. First pitch home is fouled back. And the count's 0-1. Runners on the corners, a chance for the Eagles to make it a little bit more comfortable. Top half of the 7th for the defense. Is the 0-1 home. Brooks slaps it towards short. Scooped up, Crouch throws to first in time for the 3rd out, but a 7-run bottom of the 6th for Carson-Newman gives the Eagles a little cushion. It's a 4-run ball game. We have the top of the 7th. Carson-Newman looks to close it out on the other side here on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman looking for the final 3 outs to try and secure a doubleheader sweep, but it hasn't been without an effort from Southern Wesleyan as Lexi Lacey back in the circle. Looks to close things out. She spins home the first pitch to Crouch. It's a called strike. The count's 0-1. Lacey spins the 0-1 home. It's fouled back, and the count is 0-2. Lacey looks to end a marathon of a ball game that has now gone over 2.5 hours. As the left-handed Lacey spins home the 0-2. It's off the plate. And the count's 1-2. Top 7, Carson-Newman just got 7 in the bottom half of the 6th to make it a 17-13 game. We'll recap the scoring here in a moment after the next 1-2 offering from Lexi Lacey. The 1-2 home is looped towards shallow center. Dye reaches out, can't make the play. It's a leadoff single for Crouch. Good effort from Hayden Dye. As Crouch reaches aboard first. That'll bring in Madison Truitt with a runner on first and nobody out. First pitch home is a called strike at the top of the zone. And the count is 0-1.
Go in
So the Eagles in the 7th, or the 6th, excuse me. Sienna Cameron single that scored 2. Hayden Dye's 3-run home run. Lucero's double and Warder's double. Gives Eagles the 7 runs as Lacey delivers low and away for ball 1. Time is called as Truitt steps out. The next pitch home is a called strike, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner on first. As Lexi Lacey now in a save opportunity, more than likely, it will become that. And this marathon ball game with Southern Wesleyan, the 1-2 is upstairs, and the count moves 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. As the 1-2 is fouled back, so the 2-2 fouled back, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the Eagles did, we'll see if Southern Wesleyan has a much-needed answer here in the top of the 7th to keep this game alive. The Warriors need 4 here in this 17-13 slugfest of a ball game. As Lacey delivers home, it's fouled back again. Count remains 2-2. Good fight from Truitt. Stay alive in this count. Lexi Lacey got the final out of the 5th inning. She'll be the top of the 6th inning. And now she comes in trying to close things out in the 7th. The Eagles have used Lorelei Spradlin, Sierra Rogers, and Lorelei Spradlin again. And now it's Lexi Lacey's turn. The 2-2 is chopped left side of third. Bailey fields it in foul ground as Truitt will race back to the batter's box. That time, another heads-up play from Macaulay Bailey to almost skip into foul ground with the ball to try and insinuate that it was foul, and she did so successfully as the count remains 2-2. Crouch on first. The 2-2 home from Lacey is dribbled back up the middle, a base hit. Back-to-back singles. Move Crouch to second. And bring Amberly Way to the plate. Still nobody out for the Eagle defense. It's now 32 combined hits between Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan here in game 2. Just absolutely unbelievable. As time is called behind the dish by Kennedy Warder. Way will stand back in. Lacey prepares to offer the first pitch to Amberly Way, who has 6 RBIs here in game 2. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. As Way was looking to send her 3rd home run of the game, but it couldn't do so. Missed on the fastball out of the hand of Lacey. As Lexi twirls the ball in her left hand, gets the call from the Eagle dugout. With runners on first and second and nobody out. Chance here for Southern Wesleyan as the 0-1 pitch is skied high. The shallow infield charging in is Martin, and she makes the basket grab. Huge play by Abby Martin, an awkwardly hit ball to the shallow infield. Martin charged all the way in to make the play for a huge first out. In steps Avery Mercer, who is her and Way both homer back-to-back to tie the game in the 6th before the 3-run home run by Kennedy made it a 13-10 game at the time. As the left-handed Lacey fires home the first pitch, it's taken for a called strike over the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Runners on first and second, 1 down here in a 17-13 ball game. Carson-Newman leads. The Eagles have left 10 runners on base, but still have 17 runs. It just shows you how good the Eagles have been offensively today. So 0-1 pitch is dribbled left side and foul. Not to mention Carson-Newman against a Southern Wesleyan pitching staff coming into today that had a 1.53 ERA, allowed a 1.99 batting average. Carson-Newman's done phenomenal today. 9 hits and 11 runs in game 1, 17 hits and 17 runs here in game 2. As a 0-2 from Lacey is dribbled back up the middle. Martin charges. Her throw to first is in time for the second out. Both runners advance, but you'll certainly trade that for a huge second out.
Hey, forget her. Forget her. We got to play here. Those runners mean nothing.
The last chance of today, I believe it's Babb in the batter's box. It's the first pitch home. It is downstairs for ball 1. Lacey looks home, deals home the 1-0 pitch. It's also down low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Mackenzie Babb. As the left-handed Lacey looks home, fires home the 2-0 pitch. It's upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Lexi Lacey to Mackenzie Babb. And a hitter's count. That would bring the tying run to the plate. The 3-0 is a called strike. And Lexi Lacey gets back in the count. It's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As the sun begins to set on the vent, Carson-Newman looks to close it out in sweeping fashion. The 3-1 is a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff is dribbled up the middle. Dye snags it, but there's no throw as a runner races to first. It's Rebecca Lamb who reaches, and she scores 1. To make it 17-14. So an RBI single, as we'll see another pinch runner here. As 1 run comes in to score. Sherritt pulls up at third.
Hey, find one.
There's now another pinch runner in for the Warriors.
4 home runs.
It's number 18.
504 home runs.
With 2 down, it's Schreiner to step in. She laces one down the left field line. Brooks lays out, can't make the play. 2 runs will score, and it's 17-16. Southern Wesleyan not out of it yet, as Lou scores from first. Truitt comes in to score, and it's a 1-run ball game. 17-16, as Olivia Hagg will stand in, still with 2 away and a chance to tie the game or take the lead. Now we're going to see a conversation. The home plate umpire here with 2 down. As this game continues, all the fireworks in this one, as we will see another pinch runner here. As Schreiner exits.
375, 3 home runs. Tying run. Tying run.
And coming in the pinch run is Sarah Woody.
Never cut off.
Woody pinch run. She's the tying run aboard for Olivia Hagg. And the Southern Wesleyan Warriors here in the 7th. 3 runs in the 7th inning. It's a 17-16 ball game. First pitch home to Hag is a called strike at the top of the zone, and the count is 0-1. No balls and a strike to Hag. Southern Wesleyan's dugout again displeased with that call, as the left-handed Lacey gets the call. The 0-1 pitch, skied high right side. Anderson's underneath it, and she dropped the ball. The tying run scores. Now racing to third is Hag, and we're tied at 17. Hag advances all the way to third on a costly error, and we're tied at 17 in the 7th. That brings in Kennedy with 2 down. The go-ahead run aboard as Anderson can't make the play. And Kennedy stands in, takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. And the count is a ball and no strikes. Looked like the game was over. But a costly error for Carson-Newman. Only the Eagles' first of the game as Hayden Dye looks back to give some reassurance to Santana Anderson in right field. This pitch catches the inside corner. And the count's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 to Kennedy. Misses up high. Ball 2. Go ahead run on third, and Hag as she races all the way to third on the error from Santana Anderson and right. Now Kennedy, who hit the go-ahead home run, back at the plate here with 2 outs. She loops one to short. Martin lays out and makes the play. What a play for Abby Martin to strand the go-ahead run at third, but Southern Wesleyan does get 4, to make it a 17-17 ball game. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Sports Network. Amberley Way back in the circle for Southern Wesleyan as Carson-Newman looks to get the winning run across here in the bottom half of the 7th. 4 runs for Southern Wesleyan to tie the game at 17. As Way leans and fires on the first pitch to Cameron. It's a called strike on the outer edge, and the count is 0-1. No balls and a strike to Sienna Cameron as the pitch is downstairs and the count evens at 1-1. 17 apiece between Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan. What a game it's been. As the next pitch home to Cameron, she slaps it back up the middle. A base hit. The winning run is aboard for Carson-Newman on a Sienna Cameron single to lead off the frame. That brings in Hayden Dye with their winning run on first in Sienna Cameron. The Eagles can make the costly error in the 7th, all for naught. The big hit here in the bottom half as Dye takes upstairs for ball 1. Ball and no strikes to Hayden. As the right-handed Way calls time. 17 apiece between Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan here at the Vic. Righty leans and fires, dive squares the button, tries to lay one down, cannot, and it goes foul. The count is 1-1. Sienna Cameron supplies the speed on first, as she can certainly get around on a ball in the gap. As Way toes the rubber. Takes a peek at her wrist. And fires the 1-1. Dive squares the bunt, pokes down the third baseline. The throw is in time. Are they saying it's fair or foul? I think the ruling is that it's fair. And Dye's retired, but she does her job. And moves Cameron to second. Here's Maury Robbins with a runner on second and one away. First pitch home from Way to Robbins. Swing and a miss down low. Strike one. So Robbins at the plate with one down. The winning run in scoring position on second. The right-handed Robbins awaits the 0-1 pitch. She watches it outside. And the count is a ball and a strike. One ball, one strike, one away for Maury Robbins and the Carson-Newman offense. It's a 1-1 pitch home from Way. Is a little bit too high. Ball two. Two balls and one strike as Way toes the slab. Fires home the 2-1. Robbins swings and misses down low. Strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, with Sienna Cameron the winning run in scoring position on second. This game could go to extras for the first time this season at the Vic. Carson-Newman can't scratch across Sienna Cameron on second. The 2-2 home to Robbins is inside, ball 3. Southern Wesleyan's dugout just distraught over that call. From here it looked just a hair inside, and Robbins stays alive in a 3-2 count. Way steps off the slab now, re-engages. The payoff pitch. Robbins fouls it off to stay alive. Macaulay Bailey's on deck with one away. So barring something wacky, Bailey will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. And what a day it's been for Macaulay. As the right-handed Way toes the slab. Fires home the next 3-2. Off-speed pitch is inside, ball 4. A one-out walk as Cameron stays put at second. And here is Macaulay Bailey. Another pitch that was very borderline. Goes the way of the Eagles. And will bring Bailey to the plate with one away. Sienna Cameron is the winning run on second with one down in the bottom half of the 7th. First pitch home to Bailey is low for ball 1. And the count is a ball and no strikes. 35 combined hits, 34 combined runs between the two sides, but the one that matters is standing on second with one down. The 1-0 pitch home. Swing and a miss. Bailey clubs at it down low. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. There's a 1-1 pitch home. Bailey dribbles it out towards third, and it goes foul. 1-2 the count. Moves on Macaulay Bailey with Santana Anderson on deck. Bailey stands back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Right-handed Way gets the call. The 1-2 home. Bailey chops it left side. Tag applied at third. Was the tag applied? No, it was not. So Cameron races to third on the fielder's choice. As Bailey is out 5-3. Both runners advance. The one that matters, Cameron, is on third for Santana Anderson. It's a costly error for Santana in a right field that essentially extended this ball game. She's got the opportunity to make it all for naught here in the 7th. Ball and no strikes to count, with Cameron standing on third, Robbins on second. The 1-0 pitch. Cameron grounds it towards short. It's knocked down. Throw to first is in time for the third out. We'll head to the 8th. We're going to the 8th inning for the first time at the Vic this season, as Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan all knotted at 17. We head to extras here on the Eagle Sports Network. New pitcher in for the Eagles for the 8th. It's Riley Sykes. We haven't seen Riley today, and she enters in a big spot. The go-ahead run is on second here in the extra inning rule. As Brown stands in. First pitch to her, she squares the bunt, pulls back. It's a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Sykes toes the rubber, fires home. Brown lays down a bunt, but it's foul, and the count is 0-2. Next pitch home to Brown, just misses outside, and the count moves 1-2. Kennedy's on second. As a bunt laid down by Brown, Lucero scoops, throw to first is in time for the first out. So Kennedy moves to third. On a sacrifice bunt.
Hey, look her back, go one.
That went 1-3.
Abby, make sure we throw her out. Nothing's good in. Good pitch.
First pitch is low for ball one. As a pitch home. He's down low, ball two. Two balls and no strikes. As Sykes takes her time. And Crouch awaits. This one slapped towards third. Bailey scoops throw to first. Is in time for the second out and no advancement, which is huge. That keeps Kennedy at third. Great play from McCauley to keep it in fair ground and hold Kennedy at third. Here's Truitt with two away. As she readies to deal the first pitch home. It's a called strike, and the count is 0-1. No balls and one strike. Riley Sykes to Truitt with two down the frame. And the go-ahead run on third. The pitch home, swing and a miss down low. Strike two. Carson-Newman looking for an improbable, scoreless top of the eighth. With the runner advancing to third on the very first batter of the inning. And now a chance to get out of the frame unscathed. Sykes looking for a huge 1-2-3 frame. The 0-2 pitch is well outside. And the count moves 1-2. Sykes peeks at her wrist, ready to fire the 1-2 pitch home. Calls time. Then she'll step off, cycle through her signs. And re-engages with the rubber. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Huge pitch upcoming to Truitt. This one is sky to right. Anderson giving chase and foul ground. And she makes the play for the third out. Santana Anderson snags it. Riley Sykes deals a 1-2-3 scoreless top of the eighth, and Carson-Newman looks to manufacture the winning run in the bottom half. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Sports Network.
No confío en nadie, solo mami en pertero. Cara pintanilla, vestido de negro. Lindas rotos son de fábrica sin ser pepero.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it is Santana Anderson pinch running at second. With Brooklyn Lucero squaring a bunt. Pulls back on a pitch that's low. And the count is a ball, no strikes. So Anderson represents the winning run as Lucero takes low for ball one. She stands back in and awaits the next pitch from Way. She lays down a bunt back towards the circle. Scoop throw to first is in time for the first out, but she does her job and moves Santana Anderson to third. Anderson 1 base away from scoring the winning run. And it's Kennedy Warder at the plate. First pitch from Way to Warder on the way. It's chopped foul. And the count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Warder. The winning run on third for Carson-Newman in what has been one of the craziest games you'll probably ever see here at the Vic. It's been unbelievable between these two teams. As a 0-1 pitch home, Warder watches it outside, gets away. Anderson racing home, and she's in there safely. Santana Anderson scores from third on a pass ball, and Carson-Newman walks it off. Anderson scores, Carson-Newman wins in an unbelievable 18-17 final. What a game, 35 runs, 35 hits, and Carson-Newman sweeps the doubleheader. Well, that'll do it for our coverage. The game runs about 3 hours and 10 minutes between Carson-Newman and Southern Wesleyan, and the Eagles get it done at home. I'll talk to you again on Tuesday as Carson-Newman opens South Atlanta Conference play with Newberry here at home. Eagles win 11-2 in Game 1, 18-17 here in Game 2. That'll do it for our coverage. Eagles win, and everybody can take a deep breath. I'll talk to you on Tuesday. Carson and Newberry set for 2 to open sack play right here on the Eagles Sports Network.